Hello everyone, my name is Kassandra and welcome to today's class, which is yoga for surfers. So let's go ahead and start in a reclined butterfly shape. Bring the soles of your feet to touch and let your knees fall open. Maybe placing your palms on your belly as you start to connect to your breath. Start to take deep breaths in and out through the nose. Feeling the chest rise and fall. Gently opening up the hips, relaxing the neck and shoulders, bring your knees back in towards each other and go ahead and pull them in towards your chest. Let's stretch out the hips a little bit more. Cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh and then pull your left knee in towards your chest. Coming into reclined pigeon, only using a little bit of arm strength. Keep your right foot flexed. And release. Let's go and do the second side. Cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh and go ahead and pull your right knee in towards your chest. 5 very deep, long breaths here. So see if you can get your inhale to a count of 5 or 6, and that same exact pace for the exhale. So you're not favoring one over the other. Squeeze it in a little bit more and release. Come on up onto hands and knees, tabletop pose, palms underneath shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. And from here, let's go ahead and reach our right leg back. Press your right heel down, stretching out through the calves. And once you have your balance, float your right leg up, left arm forward, bicep along the ear. Take an inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, bring elbow and knee to touch. Inhale to reach. Exhale, contract, round your spine. Inhale to lengthen, engage the obliques. Exhale, bring it in, elbow and knee to touch. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, squeeze it in, find your balance. Inhale, extend. Drop your left palm down, bend into your right knee and kick your heel up as high as you can. So you're engaging your glutes and hamstrings here. Press it a little bit higher and then lightly step your right foot forward in between your palms, finding your low lunge, both arms reaching up. So pulling the upper body out of the waist here, maybe looking up. Getting a nice stretch through the hip flexors. Remember that you're still breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Interlace your fingers, release the thumb and index, curl your back toes under and find your high lunge, so lifting your back knee off of the mat. A bit of a stronger pose, keep your tailbone heavy, bending into your right knee. Maybe looking up to challenge your balance, squeezing your biceps along the ears. And then exhale, bring it down, find your plank pose. Inhale. Lift your right leg off of the mat. Exhale, right knee in towards the chest. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to chest, keep your hips low. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, squeeze it in. Last one, inhale, reach it back. Drop your foot down, lower all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back, and on an inhale, chin and chest and legs lift up. Find your locust pose. So we'll do a lot of these back strengtheners here. Keep your legs squeezing in towards each other. Only the belly and hips are down on the mat. Take one more breath to reach up and exhale, soften down. Plant your palms alongside your ribs, find your cobra pose. So hips and legs stay down on the mat, elbows stay bent, find a back bend. Arm and back strength here. Exhale to lower, reverse your push-up, and make your way into your downward facing dog. Feet are hip width distance apart, palms are shoulder width distance apart. And let's drop our knees down onto the mat. Go ahead and do that same sequence on the second side. Reach your left leg back, press into your left heel, stretching out the calves. And then engage the lower abdominals as you lift your left leg off of the mat. Keep your left hip rolling down, reach your right arm forward. And on the exhale, bring elbow and knee to touch. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. A few more. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Drop your right palm down, bend into your left knee, and press your left heel up as high as you can. Almost as if you were kicking up against that imaginary ceiling here, engaging the glutes. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Find your low lunge, both arms reaching up. So you're bending into your left knee without letting it go past your ankle. Maintain length and integrity in the lower back. Broadening through the chest. Let's interlace our fingers, release thumb and index. Curl your back toes under and find your high lunge, crescent lunge. So your back knee is lifted off of the ground. You're still letting your hips sink down low, bending into your left knee. Pressing the biceps along the ears to get a little bit longer through the upper body. Exhale, palms down, find your high plank pose. Lift your left leg off the mat. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, reach it back, strong core. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Last one. Reach it back. Drop your toes down. Lower your push-up all the way down onto the mat. And this time, interlace your fingers up and over your head. Come into your locust pose. So that same back strengthener that we did, except this time our arms are forward. Keep the back of the neck long so you're looking down. Legs and feet are together. Get a little bit more height, a little bit more lift. One deep breath. Exhale, set it down. Find your upward dog, palms underneath your shoulders, and lift up so your hips are off of the mat here. Just a tiny little bit of a micro bend through the elbows. Getting a little bit deeper into our back bends. Tops of the feet and palms are the only thing touching the ground. And from here, you'll need to use your abdominals to make your way back into your downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up on an inhale. Bend your right knee, open up your hip. Keep rolling your right shoulder down. And then step your right foot forward in between your hands. Find your warrior two. Both arms are reaching out, so you're bending into your right knee here. Left leg stays straight and engaged. Gazing over your right palm. Spreading all 10 toes, all 10 fingers. Reverse your warrior. Left palm down your leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Get a nice stretch to the right side of your body. Maintain that deep bend through your right knee. Let's come back up and make your way into extended side angle. So drop your right fingertips down onto the ground. Left arm reaches up and over. One diagonal line from your left fingertips all the way down into your left foot. And look up if it's comfortable, otherwise keep your gaze down. Bring your left hand on your hip, look down, and just walk your right fingertips a few inches forward here, standing half moon. Start to straighten into your right leg as you reach your left leg back. Your hand can stay on your waist, or maybe you can straighten through, expanding through all four corners here. Keep your gaze down on something that's not moving to help with balance, and focus on rolling that left hip back. Let's drop our palms back down onto the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Find your upward facing dog on the inhale. And then exhale, downward dog. Drop your knees down onto the mat, tabletop once more. And then go ahead and reach your right foot back. Lift your right leg off the mat, bend into your right knee, kicking your heel up, and this time see if you can grab a hold of your ankle with your left hand. So you're balancing on your right palm and your left knee. Stretching a little bit through the quads, getting another back bend. Keep your gaze focused, really important to engage your obliques here for balance. And release your left palm down. Keep your right leg straight as you drop it behind you. Lean into your left hand and find your modified side plank. So you're reaching your right arm all the way up. And if you'd like to go deeper here, float your right leg off the ground. Maybe bend into your right knee and grab a hold of your right foot with your right hand. Another back bend. And balance can be tricky here. If you fall out of it a few times, don't worry about it. Don't be too hard on yourself. It takes a while to get the hang of it. Let's release that pose. Find your full side plank, straightening through both legs. Reaching your right arm up towards the sky, pressing your hips up as high as you can. If you'd like to go further into it, float your right leg up. And let's release. Exhale to lower. Find your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward dog. We'll do that same big sequence on the second side. Left leg reaches up towards the sky, bend into your left knee, open up your hip. Keep your left shoulder pressing down. And with control, step your left foot forward in between your palms. Come on up, warrior two. Both arms will reach out, bending into your left knee. So you're trying to align your left heel with the arch of your right foot, keeping your shoulders over your hips. Smooth breaths here, nice and controlled. Drop your right palm down, left arm up and over. Exalted warrior. Make sure you're still bending into your left knee, so nothing changes in the lower body. You should be able to breathe smoothly and deeply here. If not, you've gone too far down. Come on up, extended side angle. So you'll need to bring your left fingertips down onto the ground. Right arm reaches up and over, bicep along the ear. One long line from right fingertips to right foot. Rolling your right hip back. And see if you can sink your hips a little bit lower. Start to bring your right hand onto your waist. Coming into half moon, look down. Bring your left fingertips further forward. Straighten your left leg as you start to reach your right leg all the way up. And once you have balance and stability, you can straighten your right arm, reaching fingertips all the way up. Only a little bit of weight on your left fingertips. Mostly it's your left leg doing the work for you here. And release, find your high plank pose, exhale to lower. Inhale, upward dog, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. And let's drop onto our knees, tabletop pose. Reach your left leg back, bend into your left knee, and once you have your balance, grab a hold of your left ankle with your right hand. So only left palm and right knee down on the mat. Keep the chest lifted. Really kick your ankle into your palm to lift the knee up a little bit higher. And let's bring right palm down. Keep your left leg straight as you lean into your right hand and reach your left arm up. Modified side plank. Now to go deeper, you'll need to lift your left leg off of the ground. Bend into your left knee as you grab a hold of your foot with your hand. So another back bend, opening up through the chest, balancing on your right palm and right knee only. Release, find your full side plank pose, stacking one leg over the other. Maybe looking up, and you can always float your top leg up. Find your plank pose and lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Bring your palms forward, keep your forearms down onto the ground, and find your Sphinx pose. So your palms are about shoulder width distance apart, and think of pulling your heart forward as you squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. If you'd like to go deeper than this, press your palms into the ground and straighten your arms. If this is too much for your lower back, walk your palms forward or keep your elbows down. Legs and hips stay down on the ground here. Exhale, soften all the way down. Reach your left arm forward and start to bend into your right knee as you grab a hold of your right ankle with your right hand. So half locust, half bow pose. On an inhale, start to kick your ankle into your right hand and lift everything up. So only your belly and hips are down onto the mat, really engaging your core, engaging your lower back. Make sure you're still breathing, get a little bit more length and height, and soften it back down. Let's do the other side. So right arm forward, bend into your left knee, catch a hold of your left foot, and on an inhale, kick everything up as you reach and extend. Tailbone is pointing towards the heels, back of the neck stays long, and release. And make your way into child's pose. Big toes are touching, knees are shoulder width distance apart, sinking your hips towards your heels, and arms can be forward, whatever is comfortable here, relaxing the upper body. So for now and for the rest of the class, we'll focus more on long holds. Less about strength, more about opening up the body. Press your palms together. Start to bend the elbows as you reach your fingers behind your head, behind your neck, stretching the triceps. Maybe see if you can slow down your breath. Release your palms back down onto the ground and curl your toes under, bring your knees closer towards each other and sit back onto your heels, really stretching into the ankles and the feet. Sitting up nice and tall, on an inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky, bend your right elbow and use your left hand to press that right elbow back. If you're pretty flexible here, instead of using your left hand to press it back, you can grab a hold of your right fingertips with your left. Coming into archer arms. So a lot going on here in the shoulders, chest, and ankles. Breathe deeply and know that you can come out of it at any time. Release the arms and bring your right arm forward. Use your left hand to draw it back. Keep rolling your right shoulder down. Archer arms on the second side, reach your left arm up, bend into your left elbow, and use your right palm to draw it back. So only if you did want to go a little bit deeper, you can instead clasp your arms and hands behind you. Make sure you're not collapsing forward or rounding through the upper back. Stay nice and lifted. Release. Bring your left arm across your body and use your right hand to pull it towards you. Roll your left shoulder down. And let's let this go. Release the toes. Find your pigeon pose. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist, extending your left leg back and folding all the way down. Getting even deeper into the hips. See if you can let go of any tension you're still holding onto in your upper body. Allowing gravity to do most of the work for you. Take 5 more breaths here. And come on up. Find your low lunge, so bring your right foot back down on the ground, bending into your right knee. Keep your left hand down and grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand, coming into a twist. A little bit of a quad stretch here. Try to keep your hips sinking down low, rolling your right shoulder back. And if this is pretty comfortable for you and you like to go deeper, you can reach back for your foot with both hands. Sinking the hips down low, chest stays lifted. And let it go, palms down. Let's find pigeon pose on the second side, so bring your left knee towards your left wrist, extend your right leg all the way back, and fold forward. Make sure you're not leaning on one side more than the other. Keep your weight evenly distributed here. Smooth, steady breaths even on this side. Let's take another 5 breaths here. And come on up. Find your low lunge, so you're bringing your left foot down on the ground, bending into your left knee. Keep your right hand down and go ahead and grab a hold of your back foot. Finding your quad stretch, opening up into a twist as you roll your left shoulder back. And this is where you'll stay, only if this feels pretty comfortable and you'd like to stretch the quads a little bit deeper, then you can grab a hold of your back foot with both hands. Pulling your heel towards you, sinking the hips down low without collapsing through the lower back. And release your hands down. Come to seated here, reaching your legs out in front of you. We'll stretch out the hamstrings. Bend your left knee and bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. On an inhale, both arms reach up, and as you exhale, fold forward, directly over your right leg. And you bend your right knee as much as you need to. Slow, steady breaths. Keep trying to press your left knee down. Resisting the urge to push or pull, Just let yourself sink into the pose. Come on up, and then cross your left foot over your right thigh. We'll find a twist. So left arm back, inhale, right arm up, and as you exhale, twist towards your left thigh. You're pretty much placing your right elbow to the inside of your thigh crease here. Lower abdominals hug in. Release. Straighten your legs. Let's do that on the second side. Bend your right knee, sole of your right foot to the inside of your leg. Both arms reach up and then fold forward. Stretching through the left hamstrings this time. Try to keep your hips squared. Relaxing the upper body. Take another breath and slowly lift yourself up. Find your twist. Cross your right foot over your left thigh. Right fingertips back. Inhale, left arm up. And as you exhale, hook your left elbow to the inside of your right thigh. And especially here, make sure you're not contracting or collapsing forward. Keep the lower back nice and long. Release, come back through to center and lay all the way back down for Shavasana, our final resting pose. I encourage you to stay here for a few minutes, really integrating all the elements of your practice. Coming back to your natural breath rhythm, whatever that is to you. Allowing the breath to flow in and out like a wave. Thank you so much for doing this practice with me. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, like this video, or share it with your friends. Thank you again. Namaste.